At its simplest, climate-related disclosure is basically the disclosure of a company's greenhouse gas emissions. So how much carbon, methane, et cetera, are they emitting into the atmosphere? At a more complex level, it also becomes what are their financed emissions? So who are they providing financing to, and are those companies carbon intensive or not? So you have to basically aggregate that up across sectors, across companies to develop a total climate related carbon disclosure or greenhouse gas disclosure for your company and your portfolio. We made three recommendations to the SEC that we think would help in the context of any domestic climate-related disclosure framework. So first off, we think it's very important that the SEC provides appropriate safe harbors to registrants in relation to climate-related data. And this is because of some of the complexities in pulling this data together, particularly when it comes to forward-looking statements, but also in the context of point-in-time climate disclosures, that the registrant may be reliant upon third parties to produce that information, and it's outside of their control in terms of verification. The second recommendation that we made to the SEC was around the requirement as to where climate disclosures should be placed. And we recommended that those disclosures be outside of securities filings, so outside of your 10Ks, your 10Qs. And I think that will help alleviate some of the liability concerns that registrants might have. And it would be something similar to what was done in the conflict minerals rule. So there's precedent there to have these additional disclosures outside of securities filings. The third recommendation that we made to the SEC was that at this point in time, they not have an assurance or verification requirement for climate-related disclosures. And that goes to some of the complexity in pulling these disclosures together, particularly from third parties or where the data is outside of the control of registrants, and also the practicalities in having climate-related disclosures go through an assurance process, which can take several months, which would be well beyond the time frame of normal securities filings.